The recipe today comes from Amelia Simmons' 1796 cookbook called American Cookery. This celebrated little cookbook is considered to be the first truly American cookbook. The recipe today is for Indian slapjack, and just like the cookbook, this is a truly American recipe. Thanks for joining us today on 18th Century Cooking. Pancakes in the 18th century were very popular. A few years ago, we did a series on pancakes. I'll put a link down in the description section. I invite you to go check those out. With pancakes being so popular, it's no wonder that people would have adapted this old world recipe to ingredients that would be more available to them. In this case, where wheat flour would be more difficult to come by in the colonies, it's been replaced by cornmeal. I'll start by beating together 1 quart of milk with 4 eggs. Modern eggs are probably larger than what they would have had in the time period, so you might want to use 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk instead of 4 full eggs. For our dry ingredients, I'll mix together 2 cups of cornmeal, about 1.5 cups of wheat flour, and maybe a teaspoon of salt. In the original recipe, Amelia Simmons calls for 4 spoonfuls of flour. So it's not very uncommon for these recipes to be very, let's say, lackadaisical in their measurements. And so we experimented with this and we found that 1 cup seemed to work just about right for this particular recipe. Most of these recipes seem more like suggestions than really hard and fast rules. Now, if you notice in this recipe so far, there isn't any kind of leavening. Anything like, say, baking soda or baking powder. And it isn't until the mid-19th century, say 1850 or so, that you start to see leavening come into a recipe like this. Now, Amelia Simmons actually does use some chemical leavening in her 1796 cookbook, but not in anything like cornbread or pancakes. So let's add the dry ingredients very slowly while I whisk them into the wet ingredients. Now this is going to turn out very, very thin, but if we let this rest a little bit, then it'll start to thicken up. While it's thickening up, I'll prepare our pan for cooking these. So today I'm cooking with the brazier instead of over a campfire. So many people today, because you're in drier regions or in different parts of the country, you really need to use a brazier. We offer these wonderful double braziers that really, they're the perfect size. A full piece of firewood will fit in these, and they have a little door that opens on the side here. The grill on top is great, and there's even accessories, so you can put some other kettles and stuff off to the side a little bit higher, and a heat shield underneath that you can almost use like a broiler in your oven. So these double braziers are wonderful and very popular. We also are going to be using a frying pan today. Now, if I was over the campfire, I'd use one of our spider skillets. These are like a 10-inch skillet with legs on it, so we can cook it right over the fire without any extra equipment. But we also offer that same frying pan without legs, so we can use it on the brazier like we've got here today. And we also have a couple of other smaller frying pans, one with a folding handle, which is great for trekkers or people who want to pack these in smaller packs, and then a standard smaller skillet here, great for the stove at home or for your camping trips. All these things, the brazier, its accessories, all these frying pans, all these are available in our print catalog, or you can see them on our website. I'll make sure to put a link down below in the description of this video. I'm gonna put a little butter in our skillet and then wipe it out. About 1/4 cup of our batter will work well per pancake. Well, here are our Indian slapjacks. Of course, we need to put a little bit more on them. How about a little bit of butter? And of course, I've got some maple syrup. Very traditional North American, topping for pancakes. And there we are. Let's give them a try. Whoa, it's got a very interesting texture. We're used to these light and fluffy pancakes, usually with white flour, and they're really thick. These are nice and flat, and they have a wonderful texture to them that you might not be used to as a pancake, but a very nice texture and a great little corn flavor. And of course, butter and maple syrup. You can't go wrong with that. Great for the campsite. Very simple, not very many ingredients at all. Wonderful breakfast or even later in the day dish. Really, remember the equipment. If you're interested at all, make sure to check out our print catalog and definitely our website. You can see those links down in the description section of this video. And also, if you're interested in getting started at all with living history, we've got a free getting started course. It doesn't cost you anything. You just go down to the link down in the description section and we'll send you these kind of sort of lessons, I guess, or what you would call them. There's both a video component and a written component. They're fun. There's only about 8 episodes of it, so make sure to go and check that out. I want to thank you for coming along as we experiment. You know, we never know how this is going to turn out, especially around the campfire. These turn out so wonderful. I want to thank you for coming along with me as we savor the flavors and the aromas of the 18th century. If you're new to our channel, I want to welcome you. You can subscribe by clicking the button right up here. Also check out our related videos. Thanks so much for watching.